Okay, let's keep talking about arithmetic sequence. Now, let's go over some examples where the first term is not given or the sequence is not given. How can we find the nth formula? We got this example and says write the nth formula for the sequence that the third term or a sub 3 is equal to 5 and the distance or difference is negative 2. So we know that the distance is negative 2 and the their term is equal to 5. We're going to use these two to find the first term. So then with the first term and the distance, we can write the n formula. So using the general formula, we're going to plug it in the third term and the distance to find the first term. That's the first step, okay? So we know that a sub 3 or the third term is equal to the first term minus the, well, in this case minus 2 because that's the distance, times n. We know n is 3, so 3 minus 1. And then we can replace this third term with the value of 5. So at this point, we're going to have an equation with only one unknown, which is the first term, and then we can solve for the first term, and that's how we're going to find it. First, we're going to use distributive property. Negative 2 times 3 will be negative 6, and negative 2 times negative 1 will be positive 2. So, combine like terms. 5 equals the first term, or a sub 1 minus 4, and then this is subtracting. The opposite will be adding. So on the left, we're going to have 9 equals to a sub 1 or the first term. Now we got the first term and the distance. We can write a n formula. So using this first term and the distance, I'm going to write the n formula. So it will be 9 minus the distance plus the distance, which in this case is negative 2, times n minus 1. And then use the distributive property to simplify. Negative 2 times n, negative 2n, and negative 2 times negative 1 will be plus 2. Combine line terms, 2 and 9 and 2 will be the n term will be equal to 11 minus 2n. And that's how you find the n formula when the first term is not given. Let's go over another example. Write the n formula for the sequence that the sixth term is equal to negative 7 and the distance is equal to 4. So we're going to use these two to find the first term first, and then with the first term and the distance, we're going to find the nth formula. So a n, in this case, is going to be a6 equals a sub 1 plus the distance, which is 4, times 6, because that's the n, minus 1. So use distributive property, but before using distributive property, we can substitute the a sub 6 with negative 7. Then we can use distributive property because we only have an equation with only one variable. So 4 times 6 is 24, and 4 times negative 1 will be negative 4. Combine like terms. Negative 7 equals the first term plus 20, and then remove the 20 with the opposite operation, which is minus 20 on both sides. So negative 27 is equal to the first term, or a sub 1. So using the first term and the distance, we're going to find the n formula. So we're going to replace this by negative 27, and we're going to replace the d with 4. Then use a distributive property to simplify. So it will be 4 times n and 4 times negative 1, which is negative 4. Combine like terms. The n term will be equal to negative 31 plus 4n. So that's how you find the n formula when the first term is not given, is given any term, or the sequence is not given. You have the any term of the sequence and the distance, you can write the n formula. Okay.